Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am actually doing another empties video. So this is just really products that I've used up, they're completely empty, and just letting you guys know what I thought of them, would I recommend them, and would I repurchase. So I do have a little mix of skincare, makeup, and then a bit of sort of bath, body and hair care. So I think that I'm going to start with my biggest pile, which is my skincare. So if you guys would have seen my what I got for Christmas video, then you would have seen this here. So this is the Wishful set. It came with the Yo Glow scrub as well, but I am still using that. But I've got the Wishful Thirst Trap juice. It came with like a little sachet. And then the Wishful Honey Whip moisturizer. So I mean, there was only enough for like 4 or 5 days in here that I sort of stretched out because I use a hyaluronic acid as well. So I did really like it. I thought that it was really nice. I sort of popped a little bit sort of in my fingertips and dabbed it in, and it spread quite nicely because I already had the hyaluronic acid sort of down first. But yeah, I do think that it's a really nice serum, and it's got hyaluronic acid, it's got the peptides, aloe vera, so it's got some really nice ingredients. And I mean, Huda's skincare brand does have really nice ingredients in anyway. There are serums out there that I do like more than this. Like, I am a huge fan of the Estee Lauder Night Repair Serum. So, I mean, I probably wouldn't buy this just sort of by itself, but I would be happy to use it if I did buy it in a Wishful set, because I do really like her products. And then onto the Honey Whip. So I did mention in my what I got for Christmas video that I wasn't fussed on the little purple moisturiser that she had. I can't quite remember what that one was called. But I really like this one, and I especially liked it together with the Thirst Trap serum. So I think it was really nice and sort of thick and very moisturising, like a really nice face cream. So again, I do have face creams that I do really like. Like, I really like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. So yeah, I think the same thing goes really. If this was on offer, like I know Boots sometimes do like a 20% off and things like that. So if it was on offer, then I probably would grab it because I did really like it. And I probably would buy a set if this and the Thirst Trap was in it, because I thought they worked really well together. So next is quite a bougie product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Night Cream. This retails for £100. It is very expensive. I have had this for a little while, and I've just used it as and when I needed it. Like, I didn't use this sort of every night because I just knew how expensive it was. I did really like the product. I did find that it was quite sticky. But saying that, when I did wake up in the morning, my skin would feel really soft. So I would use this when my skin was really dry. I have been using retinol and, oh god, I can never remember what it's called, niacinamide, whatever that is. I've been introducing things like that into my skincare. And of course, your skin sort of purges at that point. So I would use this when my skin was really dry and sort of really flaky, and it would be really nice and soft in the morning. One thing I will say though is I wouldn't be able to use my night oil with this, because I'd wake up and it would literally be the same as when I applied it. My skin would feel quite sticky and oily, so I wouldn't really layer this with putting like an oil on top. Like, my last step, I don't know if it should be, but my last step is to sort of pat my oil over the top, because I don't really use spot treatments over my face. I sort of spot conceal sort of where I need to sort of dab a little bit of that on. So my last step is to just get my Midnight Recovery Oil and just sort of pat it over my face, just because it smells like lavender, and I just feel like it relaxes you for sort of nighttime, doesn't it? They always say that lavender's sort of best to sort of spray on your pillow and things. So that's my last step, and I would just feel like it was a bit too much with this. I don't think that it's worth £100. It's very bougie, but I know that her day cream is £75. It was just such a luxury purchase for me to have, because I bought this around my birthday when I had my Charlotte Tilbury obsession. I bought nearly everything within her makeup and skincare collection. So to be honest, I probably wouldn't buy this again just because of the price. It's so expensive, and there are other moisturisers out there for me that are much cheaper that can do the job well. So another product that I have is another sort of cream, and this is from Zoe B Beauty. So she's quite sort of independent. Don't think she's in any sort of retailers. I just discovered her on Instagram, really. So she has lots of different creams. Like, I know she has a rose quartz cream and a gold cream, something like that. But this one stood out to me because this one is the green cream, and it's for scar fading and healing. Now, what drew me into her page was just seeing the before and after pictures that she posted of real sort of customers. And at the time, I had quite acne prone skin. I mean, this is when I was sort of first starting in care, and it was the start of the COVID pandemic, so you literally had your mask like double folded, tied round, and you had a visor, and you had your full PPE, so my skin was suffering. And I mean, I gave this a go. So I thought maybe something sort of natural and home manufactured was something that would be really good for my skin, because I could see the before and after, so I knew that it worked for those people. But to be honest, I was a bit underwhelmed by it. I mean, this was just a little pot that I bought, but even this was about £20, and it's not that big a pot. And I felt like towards the bottom, as I was getting through, it was drying up. Like, you can see there's still some sort of dried around the edges. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this one again. There are other steps that I've introduced into my skincare routine, and other products that I found have really helped. Not only the texture of my skin, but sort of the appearance. It's less bumpy, and I find like I can easily cover it with a lightweight foundation. So I wouldn't repurchase this. So I did just want to give Primark a little shout out, because I was in there the other week, and you know when you're sort of waiting to pay, and there's those stands that have the little bits on there that you just sort of grab before you go to the till. And this was on there. It was just the hydrating sheet mask, and it was reduced to 50p. And I thought, oh, well, you know, I've already been into Boots and Superdrug, and I did forget to pick up my usual Garnier, the blue packaging, and it's the pomegranate one. Love that sheet mask. It's my favourite. And the Wishful Thirst Trap, I think it's called. Liked it. I thought that it was quite nice for 50p. I did only use it sort of the once, left it on for the 15 minutes, and I could tell that it was drying out sort of these areas first. But hey, the next day my skin was really soft, so if I do see one of these again, I probably will pick it up. So keeping in with sort of creams and things, I've got the Kiehls avocado eye cream here. Now, this was huge a few years ago. I know that I only bought it because I saw that Desi was using it on her YouTube channel. So me and my friend Paige, I can't remember where we were, but we went to the Kiehls counter just to check it out, and one of the sort of girls behind the counter, she gave us a little demonstration on how it worked, which was really cool. So she took a little bit of the cream, and then she just sort of rubbed it between her fingers, and it almost felt like, you know when you pop bubble wrap, it almost felt like that, because it just changed consistency and it turned from like a cream to almost like water. And I know that they say that's the best way to apply it, sort of to rub it and then sort of dab it under your eyes. So yeah, we both bought this. I do believe that Paige really likes this. I don't know if she has repurchased this, but I haven't so far, just because I, of course, moved on to other things, really. I am currently using an Estee Lauder eye cream, and before that I was very much obsessed with the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's the Magic Eye Rescue. I really like that one. I mean, I probably would buy this again because I did really like it and I liked what it did for my under eyes. But I do have quite a lot of eye creams, and Jeffree Star is launching his skincare collection. He's launching 7 products, and we've already seen that one of them is a face cream and eye cream, and I know that I'm just going to want to buy it all. So probably I would like to repurchase this, but the Jeffree Star one is at the top of my list for my next eye cream. Okay, so going into sort of skin like treatments, I've got the Prism Lab. This is the AHA Overnight Serum. So I discovered this brand on Instagram. So I follow makeup artist Laura Hitchin. I went to one of her courses with my friend to learn sort of 3 looks. And I saw that she was doing the makeup for the set, so I was intrigued, clicked on their page and had a little look, and I know that Laura sort of used their products and her skin was amazing, so I thought, I'll have a little look, because of course at that point I wasn't very happy with my skin, and I wanted to I wasn't happy with the texture and the way it looked, the way it felt, nothing. And they said that if you wanted to buy just one product from them, buy this because it made the most difference. So I bought it. I think it was about £35–40. So it's supposed to sort of gently exfoliate your skin. It is for all skin types. I thought, okay, winner, winner. But to be honest, I didn't feel like it did anything for me. I tried to use it sort of slowly introducing it by only using it a couple of times a week, using it every night, building it up. I even messaged the brand to ask them how I could use it because it just wasn't working for me. And of course they showed the before and after pictures of people using it after, what, 2–3 weeks, and I didn't have that same progress with my skin, and I was getting really frustrated because I'd obviously spent my money on it, and they gave me a few tips on how to use it, but no, I mean, I've continued to use it. I've used it all up now, like you can just, it's one of those that you can sort of see, like when you pump it out it gradually comes up. So yeah, I've used it all. I've tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I wouldn't repurchase. I don't think it did much for my skin. I felt like there were other products within my skincare routine now that have helped my skin more. Next is a face wash. This is from the Inkey List, and this is the salicylic acid cleanser. So I bought this after seeing it in my local Boots store. So they have sort of added more brands within Boots, which I think is great because there wasn't much of a selection before. And I follow, I think it's Skin by Liz, something like that on TikTok, and she really likes the Inkey List, and she really likes salicylic acid. So I thought, well, you know, let's try it, because it is supposed to help with blackheads and breakouts, and I have quite bad blackheads on my nose, so I've tried it. It wasn't a cleanser that I could use sort of every day, just because I felt like it did dry my skin out. Like, I think my skin responds better to a creamy cleanser as opposed to a gel cleanser like this one was. And to be honest, I have the CeraVe hydrating cream to foam cleanser, I think it is, and I felt like that's done more for my skin than this one here, so I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. I mean, it was very inexpensive. I think it was about £10, and it's quite a big bottle. And I did give some to Jake to try because he had sort of a few breakouts himself, so I'm not sure how he got on with it, but he used up the rest of it. But I wouldn't repurchase this. I would rather repurchase my CeraVe. So next is a bit of Clinique. This is actually the same product, just I've got two of them because they're the sort of deluxe gift samples that they give you out. And this is the Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. So I do really like to use sort of like a balm or the Urban Decay Breakdown, I think, the spray. When I am wearing makeup like this, sort of my YouTube and Instagram makeup, I just feel like it gets everything off nice and easy for me, and I don't have to sit there scrubbing my face. I mean, I do actually have 3 giant ones of this that I haven't even opened yet, because I thought I would just sort of use the small ones first, but it is a product that I will continue to use while I have it. I'm just more of a fan of the Urban Decay Breakdown. I think it's the Meltdown Makeup Remover, something like that, the spray. I love that one so much, so I would probably repurchase that one more than this. So last within my skincare, I have an eyelash serum. So this is from UK Lash. So to be fair, I have never used an eyelash serum, and I didn't think that I needed one, just because I do have quite naturally long lashes. But I had quite a traumatic experience, sort of not, well, it's 2022 now, so I'd say the end of 2020. So I was working in care, and I just felt like I looked horrible and I wanted to change my appearance. So I thought, let's try lash extensions, so I feel a bit more put together. And of course, when I'm wearing sort of a face mask and things, and when I'm going out into shops and things, I'll look a bit more put together than just sort of knowing that I'm not wearing any makeup. So I tried to have lash extensions, and I loved them when I had them. But of course, we went into a lockdown. I think this was sort of November, when we were only allowed to see family on Christmas Day. If anybody, well, you will remember that, because it was horrible not being able to see family members. But that meant that I couldn't go and have them infilled. So what happened was I bought one of those little kits that had the clay. You think you twist it, click it, the clay comes out, and you do one eye at a time, and you sort of pop it on the your eyelashes, and then you wait for like a minute, 2 minutes, something like that, and then you gently sort of they should come off. But my eyelashes came off with them. Honestly, it was so traumatic for me. I remember when they were fully removed on both sides, they were very red and almost sort of blistering. I don't know if I had some sort of reaction to the actual clay that was used for me to take them off. But my eyelashes, so they are naturally quite long, and no, they look like I had just cut them off. So I had different sizes. I had some that were completely gone, so my inner corner, for example, there was nothing there, and then I'd have maybe 2 here and then a few there, but they were little baby, like they just sort of grown back. It was horrible, and I just sat there and I cried because I couldn't even wear mascara. It was a joke for me to wear mascara. So during that time, I didn't wear makeup, which was obviously horrible for me because I enjoy putting on makeup. But I was so scared that putting false eyelashes on would make it worse. So I took a bit of a back seat to makeup during that period. And I immediately went online to have a look for something that would help me. And this was quite highly sort of recommended up there within the search history for eyelash serums. And I really liked it. I loved what it did for my eyelashes, the way that they grew back, and sort of the thickness of them when they grew back was just amazing. I'm very happy with my eyelashes now, and I will never get infills again. I don't think the experience was just too traumatic for me. But if you do have very short eyelashes, or you find that they fall out quite easily, or you have had an experience like myself where you just want them to grow back very quickly and healthy, then I would recommend this product. I mean, it's about, I think it's about £40, but they usually have sort of discounts around payday and things like that. I think it's brilliant, and I would repurchase this again. Okay, so that was skincare. So we're going to go on to makeup next. So I do have a couple of products from Benefit. So the first one is the Boi-ing Industrial Strength Concealer. I do think this is discontinued now, which is absolutely gutting, because this is my go-to concealer when I need to cover up a spot. Just when I'm not wearing any makeup at all and I've just got a little red spot and I just want to dab it to like calm it down, this is the concealer that I pick up. So I really like the formula. It still looks really nice when you set it with a little bit of powder as well. But yeah, I'm gutted that if it is discontinued, because I have got my final one that I'm using at the moment and I have hit pan on it, so I do need to find a new sort of concealer that I can use for that. So the other Benefit product that I have is the Gimme Brow. So I do really like this. I used to use it all the time when I was on counter, and I used to demo with it a lot for customers as well, because it would instantly, it was one of those sort of products that you could instantly see a difference, and it was great to use as like a before and after. So I don't actually use a lot of product on my brows. I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade and have those sort of Instagram brows, but I love a fluffy brow. I love a natural fluffy brow. So I just use a bit of the brow soap from Pink Honey, and then I pop a little bit of the Gimme Brow over the top. So I like to use shade 3. I really like the colour. It's like a really nice sort of neutral brown, because I do like my brows to be slightly darker than my hair. The Gimme Brow, it has quite a nice little brush to it. You do have to sort of do this on the sides though, because if it catches your skin, you'll just have like a streak of the product. So I think that the comb could be better, but I like the brush size. And it does have little fibres in there as well. So when you pop it on, I know that they, the way they taught us sort of at Benefit was to sort of go back against the hairs first and then brush them. But I mean, I don't have any problems with not having much brow hair there, so I just use it the one way. But if you do struggle and you don't have much brow hair, then this is a really good product for you. I would do it the sort of the Benefit way and sort of go against the hair and then brush it back, because it just adds a bit more texture and gives you more of that fluffy brow look. So I'll continue to buy this because I do really like this brow gel. So next I've got one of my most favourite makeup products that I cannot live without. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I absolutely love this product. I do have a tutorial on my channel where I do my base makeup, and this is a key part of it. I love it. So you can use this as a primer. You can just pop it down before your foundation and sort of blend it together, which is the way I like to use it. Or you can use this just sort of on top of the skin as well, like a highlight. It's so nice. It's so dewy and glowy and lightweight. I love what it does to my foundation. I mean, I like to use quite a dewy foundation anyway, but when I have, I mean, I've got sort of Estee Lauder Double Wear and things like that. I really like the way it mixes with that formula as well. I have got one that I am using currently because I cannot do my foundation without it. But as soon as I can see that one's going, I will be buying another one because I just love it. I've got to mention that I do have a Benefit mascara here. So this one is the Roller Lash Mascara. So at the point when I was working for Benefit, they only had well, they discontinued Bad Gal Lash, I think it was called, but they had sort of the 3 main ones, which were Bad Gal Bang, Roller Lash, and their Real. So I was always a fan of their Real before I actually worked for the brand, and then I as I was on counter, I was sort of obviously using the different products and getting a feel for them. And I do really like this one. I love the brush on it. It's slightly curved. You've got sort of little teeth at the bottom and then little teeth at the top. So the ones at the bottom, it's quite nice for getting your sort of bottom lashes with, and then you sort of use it this way to sort of curl your lash. So I really liked this. I especially liked it for the bottom lashes. I do have lots of these in my makeup collection just from where I worked for the brand, really. And I like to use it on sort of customers on the counter as well. It was a really nice one to use just because it wasn't a really messy product like Bad Girl Bang was. I mean, Bad Girl Bang's really nice, but it's so messy that I didn't like demoing with it because it would just get everywhere. So I do really like this mascara and I would recommend it. I think that it's lovely. So keeping in with mascara, I have got the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer, I believe it is, lash primer. So this is quite a curved brush as well. So this was a project that was sort of introduced to me when I was actually working for Debenhams. And I've sort of, I didn't really look back from when I started using it. I was obsessed with it straight away. Obviously you'd use this one first and then you'd go in with your normal mascara. And I just loved the way my lashes looked. And say if I wasn't wearing a waterproof mascara, I would pop a little bit of this just over the top as like a waterproof coating, I guess, because this one is waterproof. But yeah, I loved what it did. Like, I compared it to when I wouldn't use it and just sort of use the mascara, and it makes such a difference. I don't know if they still have this because I haven't bought it since I stopped working at Debenhams, because I had just quite a few that I bought before I left. So I will have to see if they still sell it, because I probably would buy it. I mean, Estee Lauder's quite expensive, so I'd buy it when it was on discount. But I would recommend it. I think it's brilliant. So my last mascara and my last makeup product is the Jeffree Star F-Proof Mascara. So it does come with a little tassel, but mine broke off. I love the mascara. I love the packaging. It's very sort of S&M, so this is like bondage type packaging. It comes in a little case that has sort of red velvet. Beautiful. I've kept the box because I just love its packaging. So I do have some pros and cons with this, just like I would sort of any other product. I love the brush. I love the bristles, so you can see that they're sort of they're different lengths, so you can really grab sort of each eyelash, and it's quite nice to get the inner corner with it as well. Quite nice for the bottom lashes. I do really like the formula. I cannot feel this on my lashes. I know when I haven't used Jeffree Star F-Proof, because there's smudging from other brands. It's harder to take off. So this is probably my favourite mascara, and I do wear it every day for work because I can't feel it on my eyes. It's so easy to take off in the evening as well, because I don't wear any makeup at work. I only sort of wear brows and eyes because I wear a face mask, and I just love it for that. I really like the formula. I really like the brush. As I said, it's so gentle. It's so easy to come off. Like when I'm sort of taking my makeup off with like a cleansing balm or something, my mascara's off, but maybe I've got like a little bit of like glitter or sort of a smudge of like eyeshadow if I've used a P. Louise paint, or God, the Jeffree Star Pink Religion, the pink shades in there, they can sort of stay on my eyes and sort of stain right through my base, but this comes off so easily. What I will say is that Jeffree has said that this is obviously F-proof. He says it's waterproof, smudge-proof, gag-proof. I wouldn't completely agree with that. I know that people have done sort of tests and things when this launched, but for some reason, I think I had a coughing fit or something before work, and it got to the point where I was almost retching like I was going to be sick. So I of course had my head in the toilet. Nothing was coming up. It was just that motion. But when I sort of stood up and had a look in the mirror, I did have it sort of come down my eyes from where my eyes were streaming. I mean, I have had a little cry in this mascara and it's been fine, you know, when you're watching the dog house and the dogs find a new owner and it's their forever home and you have a little tear because you're so happy. It's fine for that, but I have full on cried in this mascara as well, and it has ended up sort of almost like clumping down my face. So I don't think that it's sort of waterproof. It's a little bit cry proof. But yeah, it's sort of smudged down my face. And I know that Jeffree did disclose that you shouldn't keep going back in with it. Like once it's on and it's set, like don't go back in because it sort of will disrupt it. And I do completely agree with that. Like I do my one eye and I build it up to how I want it and then I leave it alone, because if you do touch it you will find that it will sort of crumble down your face. But saying that, it has become head and shoulders above all my other mascaras that I have, and I will 100% repurchase this. I love it so much. And I know that he has recently launched it in brown as well. So yeah, I might give the brown one a try for sort of work really, but I do love the black formula. It's very black. So lastly, I have sort of bath, body and sort of hair products. So I'm going to start with hair. So Olaplex. I have the shampoo and conditioner, which is number 4 and number 5. I really like Olaplex. I have noticed a huge difference from using this within my sort of hair care. So my hairdresser uses this, and my hair is so soft when I leave the salon, and it's soft for the sort of the next few days after as well. So I knew that I had to buy it for myself as well, so I could have that long-lasting effect sort of all the time instead of just when I had my hair done. And you only need a little bit of this. So I mean, I struggle with having quite greasy hair because I tend to run my hands through my hair, and you shouldn't really touch your hair, but I can't help it because I have my bangs and I just constantly push them out of my face sort of when I'm at work and things. But my friend, she suffered with sort of the same problem. And she'd have to wash her hair a lot, or she'd just sort of pop it up for a few days. And she told me what she used, and I now follow that process, and I find that my hair is much better from that. So I would sort of use any old sort of shampoo. It's usually a purple shampoo that I'll put down first, and then I'll wash that out, and then I'll use about a pea-size amount of my Olaplex shampoo, and I lather it up in my hands, and then you can really tell that like the first shampoo, I think it's sort of like, I don't know, it gets everything out of your hair, like whatever layers you've had in there, dirt, anything. And then I feel like the second shampoo really cleans your hair and your scalp and everything, because the amount that lathered up on my second shampoo, I just felt like I was cleaning my hair much more, and my scalp and everything. It just felt like I was really cleaning it out. And then I'd use sort of my conditioner after, and the difference in the way my hair sort of felt and looked was brilliant. Like, I have bleached my hair for years because I am obviously naturally a brunette, but I haven't always sort of gone to the hairdressers for that. I would use sort of the do-it-yourself kits, and my hair would look quite brittle. It would be, you know, this part would just be dead from where I'd straighten it. But sort of going to a salon now and having it done for me, and all the products that they use to really condition my hair whilst it is obviously being bleached, Olaplex has saved my hair. and I will continue to buy it. I have repurchased. I do have a full size that I bought from Cult Beauty of the shampoo and conditioner, and I'm loving them as well. So I would 100% recommend it for anybody that has quite dry, brittle or bleached hair. I do think it makes a difference, and it is worth the extra money that you spend, because you would use sort of half the amount of shampoo that you'd use normally with other brands, because it lathers up so nicely. I think it's so nice. So keeping in with Olaplex, I do actually have the kit here. So you can buy this from Cult Beauty, and I think it's about £15. So it comes with number 0 and number 3. So number 0 here, this is the intensive bond building hair treatment. So it has the little sort of nozzle here, and they say to sort of pop it through your hair, start with your roots and then sort of work it down to the ends. Your hair sort of goes a bit damp from it, and then they say to use the number 3 sort of on top to go through and through the ends, and sort of, I don't know, I sort of stick it up in a bun, and I know it's all covered then. And I leave this on for like a couple of hours, and then I go and wash it off and use my sort of shampoo and conditioner, and my hair is so soft. It's so soft, it's so sleek. Like usually my hair is sort of out here when I'm blow drying it, but it stays nice and sleek because I do use sort of like an oil in the number 6 from Olaplex as well, the bun smoother I think it is. But yeah, if you are sort of, you don't really know if you want to spend that much money sort of on Olaplex, I would definitely buy this kit, 'cause it's only £15, and you do get to sort of test it out really, because number 3 I think is very popular within the Olaplex, and I can see why. It's amazing. So I have actually repurchased the full size of this one because I love it so much. I love sort of the hair treatment, and then going in with like a hair mask or something before I go in and sort of wash my hair anyway. I do have sort of the little size of the number 3 left, and when I get through that I will buy the number 3 again. But I do also have the number 8 hair mask, which I think was their most recent launch apart from their purple shampoo. Really like that hair mask as well. I just cannot express how much I love Olaplex and how much I think it has saved my hair. So I would 100% recommend Olaplex. So next, moving on to sort of body care now. So I've got 2 products from Lush. So I've got their Snow Fairy body conditioner. I mean, Snow Fairy is my absolute favourite scent of all time. It smells like pear drops and candy floss, and it's bright pink. And with this, what you do is you sort of put it on your skin. It looks like almost like a creamy product, so you pop it on your skin, you step in the shower, and then you wash it off. And it's sort of, you can see it sort of turns white from where you're sort of lathering it off your skin, and the smell just stays behind. And I of course go in with my Snow Fairy shower gel as well, so I just smell like such a Snow Fairy princess afterwards. But I really like it. I do actually have a full size one in my shower room at the moment. I love it. It makes my skin feel really soft. It smells like Snow Fairy. I feel like using it alongside the gel, my skin has more of that Snow Fairy scent, so I do really like this. And the great thing with the Lush products as well is that I think it's 5 or 6 of these pots you can take back, and they give you a free face mask. So I have got quite a few of these sort of saved for when I do go to a Lush store, so I can pick my face mask. My other product from Lush is the Once Upon a Time body lotion. I mean, the name drew me in because it's so Disney, but I originally just saw this sort of when scrolling through the website, and I always have a look to see what scent it is, because I don't really like spiced scents like cinnamon or anything like that. I really like fruity scents, or sort of like the Snow Fairy, where it's like very candy scented. And this one smells like apples, so I just immediately thought, oh, Once Upon a Time, apples, it's just like a snow white body lotion. Bought it straight away. It does also have what's happening? Grapefruit and lemon oils in it as well, so it's very fruity, very citrusy, but the overwhelming smell to it is apple, and I love it. And it's even sort of a green colour as well. This is the moisturiser that I would use sort of as soon as I get out the shower and I've sort of packed myself dry. I love the smell of it. I can still sort of smell it on my skin after I use it. I used the last of it sort of this morning, and I can still smell the apple. It's lovely. I didn't actually see it on the website this Christmas just gone, so I'm gutted that I can no longer see it on the website. Sometimes they do that with Lush, they just launch a product and then they never bring it back, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled to see if this ever comes back, because I will buy it in the gallons. I think it's lovely. It's so soft. So next I have a product from the Body Shop. So this one here is the strawberry sort of body polish. So it's sort of like a scrub, and you can see it's got the strawberry sort of seeds there as well as like a little scrub within there. So I do really like the Body Shop. I'm very bougie, very I'm like a snob really with my shower gels. I don't like using anything cheap like the Radox ones. No, can't do it. My skin doesn't like it, and I just don't like to use them as well. So I do really like to use the Body Shop. There are specific scents that I do buy within the Body Shop, and of course they are the fruity ones. Strawberry is my favourite, pink grapefruit and the mango. I just can't help myself when I see that they're on offer. I love them. I love the body butters, everything. So this came in a set where it had sort of the shower gel and like a hand cream and things like that. So I just started using it. Really like the smell, but I don't think it's much of like a gritty scrub. Like I can get quite dry skin, so I feel like I need more of a scrubby scrub, if that makes sense. So I do prefer the Lush coffee scrub, because I just feel like that works into my skin more, and I feel like it gets all sort of any dead skin off and really polishes my skin. So if this was sort of a product by itself, I wouldn't consider buying this. Of course I'd buy it within the set because it has sort of all the other products within it that I love to use, but it's not really a scrubby scrub. So my last product is actually, I get this from my mum every year in my stocking. It's just the Nivea shower cream, and I really like the smell of this one. So this is the coconut one. I think that it's so soft and so nourishing for my skin, and I just love the smell of coconut as well. So yeah, I get one in my stocking every year from my mum, and this one is sort of all used up now, but I do really like the Nivea and the Dove. I think they are really, I like their shower creams. I don't know if they have shower gels, but I don't mind using like a shower cream, and this is sort of a nice one for sensitive skin. So I mean, I get one every year from my mum, and I continue to use them. I don't re-gift them because I do love to use them. So there we go, guys. That was my February empties video. I do hope that you enjoyed watching. I really like to watch these videos because I think it's so interesting when sort of an influencer uses up a product, because you can just get to see then, you know, have they enjoyed that product because they've kept picking it up. Because I know that people do sort of first impressions videos and things like that, but sometimes the more you use a product, you know, you don't tend to like it. So it's nice to know somebody's final thoughts. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any other ideas for more videos, please pop it in the comments below, because each week I come to Friday and think, oh god, I'm filming tomorrow. What can I do? So yeah, pop that in the comments and I'll be happy to sort of add it to my little list of things to do. But I'll see you guys on the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye!